is Saturday, and these people have been ravaging through my stuff, stealing my stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're not stealing it because I set it out here for them, but they wouldn't even put it back neat. They've been all up to the fence, taking stuff from back here. Just like I said, there's some crazy shit going on here for years, and I've been suffering here. My family let me suffer here. Played like I was crazy, because my aunt was a hoarder, and rather than, you know, when she ran off and left me here to die in the wintertime, they put security codes on all the utilities. I went up to the church at the Mount Carmel Church. Reverend Free was my cousin. He was the one that put the roof on this house while my aunt was gambling away everything running to bingo. I have to document this one more time. This is how the condition of this house that they would not help me. There's the tape that my aunt, put on here years ago. I just put tape back on it because I was never going to change it. That plumbing work back there is mine. But look at how ate up everything is here. Look at how these cabinets are. Look how filthy that I had to plug with big rat holes. Look at how this is my aunt's stuff still inside of here. I left it in here, my grandmother's stuff. I never took it out of here. Only thing I did was try to work on the outside to save this house like a dog for 20 years because it was supposed to be condemned 20 years ago. Those are pieces of wood that I found. If you lift those up, you'll be looking straight through rotten rafters in the floor. There was no ceiling in here. I put this all up. I did the electrical work. There was only one electrical socket that works in this whole house. This is message. I'm gonna have to try to erase that off of there right now. This is my grandmother's picture. You know what I'm saying? I put back up on the wall. There's my gown. That's where I was in the hospital in February of this year, and almost died. I could have had COVID. This is how these floors and rooms looked. That I had the piece wood that I find when I be walking or riding a bike with no help. Big hole in the corner, cardboard. And this is stuff I did years ago. You're going to see this room with my aunt sitting in it. And there's going to be that wall. And you can tell that nothing's changed in 20 years. There was a GoFundMe that I tried to set up to try to get help. I was nominated Poet of the Year. You know what I'm saying? I'm a writer, so I was writing on the walls. I had to kind of erase that stuff too. This is all of my grandmother's stuff. You know what I'm saying? My torch won't come on in here. This is all of my grandmother's stuff inside this room. You know what I'm saying? This is the floors. This is boards that I put over the rotten rafters. You know what I'm saying? If you look real careful, you can see how rotted the damage is and termite damage and everything. You know what I'm saying? I put sheetrock up that I had found, the jobs had given me. The rats and roaches and cockroaches was all through this house, and ticks and fleas and bed bugs. I had to throw away a lot of her stuff, but I saved a lot of it too. You really can't never get rid of bed bugs. Once they're inside the walls and shit, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put plastic over the windows to try to survive when I wasn't being able to make it here in Oklahoma, this racist state that let these people disregard my Native American heritage. You know what I'm saying? And my artwork, and said, forget him. We're going to just throw his stuff away. I had to try to save my artwork. But this is how this house looked. There's the same picture. You're going to see that picture. You're going to see the floors all gone, and it's the same condition. It's just that I covered it up with wood and stuff that I found with no help. I told you I went up there to Reverend Free, and I said, Reverend Free, I'm trying to make arrangements on my electricity and water, and they're telling me that I can't, and I was wondering if you could help me. He said, oh, sure, you can make arrangements on your electric and water and gas. And he got on his computer, and he started trying to make arrangements for this stuff. And he said, man, that's security code, security code, security. My cousin put security codes after she told me that I was using my aunt. I mean, she's not trying to take sides, that everybody need to make it on their own, and they left me for 20 years here to take care of this house. And then they cut the water back on recently for me to, beautify the yard to get people interested in it, and then sold it with all my stuff inside of it, hoping that I would lose everything and not be able to document what they did to me. But I documented everything. And here's the bingo daubers that this crazy lady was running around stealing. Bingoing up everything rather than help me. And she chose to go to another state and pay rent rather than help me here fix this house. And for 20 years, the only person that's ever done anything to this house. The city's never cut the yard here in 20 years. Plus, unfortunately, I had to come back and store a lot of my stuff here. I'd already had stuff here all my life. My family stuff was here all my life. But I had to come back here recently and start storing stuff here. There's her washboard. My grandmother's pots and stuff that I couldn't clean because the water's been off for 4 years here. Here's my aunt's Bibles and pictures and bags and Arvis Bank and all of that shit, that she had is inside of here. Her carts. There's a picture of my cousin that hates me, that did this to me. My brother's guitars, old vacuum cleaners. That's when she used to win those cars and stuff. They give her big things like that. Here's the, I know that I needed to get some of this stuff off of here. But yeah, this is what I've been through. And I am so tired of these crazy people thinking they can continue big holes in the ceiling and all that type of shit. I had to fix that stuff to survive, try to keep warm and shit here. Anyway, yeah. And she sold this house with all my stuff in it, hoping I would lose everything. But I didn't. I lost a lot. But like I said, I'm taking her to court now. Amen.